All right, everyone. So I'm just doing a short little video about the Xbox Series X replica mini fridge. And first and foremost, do not pay the scalpers pricing on these things. Because for one, why should you overpay for something? And two, it is certainly not even worth overpaying, to be completely honest with you. Anything above the $100 plus tax that you pay for this, it's not worth it. Okay, three major reasons why. First and foremost, this is not a true refrigerator. Do not use this as a typical refrigerator. This is not designed to get things cold or to keep things cool 24/7. Think of this more as an electric cooler. So, for example, if you're going to be doing like a gaming session one night and you want to have like a couple of extra cans and snacks and stuff and you just want to keep them cool, that's what this is for. Do not get like a 12 pack of beer that is room temperature sticking in here and expect it to get cold in an hour or two. That is not going to happen with this. And also, depending where you keep this thing at depends on how effective this thing is. So, say like in winter, this will actually work really well because it's based on the ambient room temperature. If it's in summer and you don't have the AC on, this thing is going to work horribly. It's just it's just the way this kind of refrigerator is designed. And also, let's just be honest with this. The plastic that's used on this is very, very cheap looking. It's actually very common to get scuff marks out of the box because the kind of plastic they use is really, really cheap. Now, I understand why it's very cheap because let's just keep in mind the manufacturer probably had to pay a crap ton of money for the licensing of the Xbox brand, let alone the design of how it looks. So that's probably most of the money. So when you think about everything else with this, they're trying to sell this thing for $100. They had to make compromises. So you can see how the plastic there is all scuffed. Now, when it's closed, it's not really a big deal. But I do have a scuff mark in the back of the unit. The buttons that you use here are very cheap feeling. So while the buttons feels okay, depending on what unit you get, some of them are very finicky. So this one here is for the light on the top. This one here above the USB port, which actually does charge things, lights up the Xbox logo. In the back, there is a switch. So this is on now, and you can kind of hear how loud this thing gets. So if I'm like several feet back, that gives you an idea how loud this thing is. This, if you're expecting to like have this next to your bed so you can have like cold drinks at night, this might keep you awake. Now, it does get cool in here. I'll give it that. It does get somewhat cool in here. So, like the shelves right now, they're actually pretty cool. And before starting the recording, I had this on for like an hour or two. But use this more as an electric cooler. If you're thinking of buying one of these and thinking this is going to be a real refrigerator, you're going to be extremely disappointed. If you look at this more just a cooler, an electric cooler, then I think you'd be okay with it. Just keep in mind, if you are going to be using this, make sure the drinks you're going to have in here are already cold. So you're basically going to have to use your main refrigerator that's in the kitchen to get things cold and then transfer them in here and then start your little gaming session. I think that would be fine. Using this as a main refrigerator for 24/7 cooling, this is not it. So, nice little novelty toy, but this is not a serious equipment. This is not a serious refrigerator. This is more of an electric cooler, like those little $30 electric mini fridges you can get in Walmart for like 30 bucks or so, 20-30 bucks. This is just an oversized version of that just happens to look like a Series X. So if you go into that mindset, I think you would be satisfied. If you're going in thinking, should I get this or a proper mini fridge that you can typically find, for like 80 bucks and up. If you're looking at an actual refrigerator, just miniaturized, look elsewhere.